My name is Guy Gosselin. I was born on May 18th, 1933. My interview took place in the tavern. The then chief observer, whose name was Gordy Miller, and my colleague later on the mountain, Casey Hodgdon, who had recommended me for the job, sat and had a beer, and that was my interview. And at the end of that, he said, "When can you start?" And I said, "Tomorrow," and so it was. That was in February of '61. We did observations only. We didn't, except we had a little radio show from time to time that we did, and we also did a little weather show for Channel 8 in those days, where they had a little Vidicon camera, and so I used to go out on the airways. But we didn't do any forecasting except quite informally sometimes at the observatory. One of the great advantages was that every day was different. You could wake up in the morning, do a weather observation, figure out what you're going to have for supper, work on a museum exhibit, and maybe do a few multi-cylinder runs, things like that. So it was it was never boring. There was always something different to do, and that was part of the attraction. The great goal that I had when I'd been up there for a few years was to try to find a way to create income, and that was the more or less the birth of the museum. We began to hire people based upon their abilities and also their willingness to be mercilessly exploited. Not only were the crews multi-talented, they felt like they had a share in this organization and were willing to work for low pay under conditions that you're familiar with, because they love the mountain and they love the organization and they wanted to see it succeed. So we were able to keep on the staff people who knew how to do carpentry, people who knew how to do mechanical work, people who knew electronics. With that sort of cadre, we were able to help bring the observatory to where it is today.